Whoa, buddy. Put that thing back in its holster. We haven't gone anywhere.
I don't understand.
Check out the MichaelDukesShow.com for information on how to get access to the podcast.
Welcome to the party, pal.
The Michael Dukes Show.
The greed and the entitlement is astounding to me.
What more could you want from a low-budget radio program?
This is a dumpster fire.
That was just BS.
It is time to get a new perspective.
We know just what you need, and we've got just the cure. Open wide and prepare for a steaming hot cup of freedom.
I just don't fathom it.
The Michael Dukes Show, streaming live across the world.
Oh, yeah. Live around the world on the internet at MichaelDukesShow.com and across the state of Alaska on this, your favorite radio station and/or translator. Hello and good morning to you. It is the Michael Dukes Show, broadcasting live. We got so many things to talk about. All of them fun, all of them enjoyable, none of them pressure-ridden, political, whatever. Hi, and good morning. It's Monday. In case you hadn't checked it, it's Monday, and we are ready to do it. The Monday of Christmas week. There are only 6 more sleeps till Christmas. Ugh. It's hi, and how are you? Are you ready? I mean, oh man, it went from so much snow to burr. It's a burr. Went from so much snow to to just a little bit of Christmas cold. But that's where we are here today. Good morning and welcome to the program, and thanks for coming in to join us. The last 3 days of the broadcast year. That's what it is. Wednesday will be my final day of broadcast for 2022, and then I will be off enjoying a little bit of peace, of quiet with the family, and hopefully you will be as well. Hopefully you will be enjoying some time and peace and quiet with your family as well. But that's coming. That's coming. All right. So this whole week, we had made an executive decision earlier to forego politics all this week. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to talk about, right? I mean, well, plenty, I guess, is a relative term, but, we've got the governor's new budget out. We've got, things happening in the Eastman case. We got, things happening at the national level. We got all these kind of things, but can we really affect that right this very moment? The answer to that is nope. We can't affect it. We can't fix it. We can't do anything about it. So my question to you is, why should we stress about it right this moment? Now, I'm not saying we ignore it in the long term. I'm just saying in this moment, let's just enjoy the Christmas holiday. In this moment, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you for just a couple days to hang out and to ignore all the political problems that are going on out there. It's not going to hurt. And in fact, it might even actually help you to do those things. I mean, doesn't that seem to make sense? It might actually even help you to relax and hang out, count your blessings, and just enjoy yourself. Well, in the spirit of Christmas gift giving, I have a gift to give away today. And that is courtesy of our friends over there at Satellite West. We are doing the 5 days of Christmas. And in fact, today is day 3 of the 5 days of Christmas. And today we are giving away a bivy stick. That's right. We got another bivy stick to give away today. It has been our pleasure to work with the folks, of course, over at Satellite West, who sponsor the program daily. We want to say thank you to them for that. But also to work with the folks at Bivy, who once they got wind of what we were doing, they were like, well, let us throw some stuff into the ring here. Let us throw our hat into the ring and help you out there. And so we want to say thank you to the folks at Bivy for helping out as well. Not only could you win a free bivy stick, you could also get a chance to get up to 6 months of service from the Bivy, totally for free. And we want to say thanks to the folks over there at Bivy for being part of it. Now, there's lots of benefits to getting your bivy stick here. I mean, you get a number tied to the bivy stick, so people can text and know exactly where you are, do all that kind of stuff. But specifically for Michael Duke Show listeners, if you sign up on the industrial plan, which is an annual prepaid plan, you could get 3 months for free for the annual. For the 2-year plan, you could get 4 months for free. And for the 3-year plan, you could get 6 months of service for free. And all of that is at half of the, it's basically, it's almost half of what the next competitor like Garmin or somebody is doing. Now, you got to activate the unit by the end of the year, but you don't have to activate it. You could just take the bivy stick and it's fine. But if you want to get all the bells and whistles and all the features and you activate it by the end of the year, you can get up to 6 months for free. So now you're like, okay, great. What do I do? Well, you go to my website at michaeldukeshow.com and you look for the Satellite West logo with all the Christmas lights around it. And that's at the top of the page, or just scroll down a little bit and there's a whole description there of how you can win. Basically, you just sign up. Just go to my website, michaeldukeshow.com, click on the thing and sign up, and viola, or as the fancy people say, voila, you're signed up to win. All right? So go check it out. I drew a name this morning, mere minutes ago, and I'm happy to announce that today's winner of the bivy stick is Dale Patton. Dale Patton, congratulations. You are today's winner. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you listening to the show, and we appreciate you coming in. And I tell you what, I think we're going to, because I'm feeling very Christmassy right now. Let's give Dale a call here, and make sure I don't call somebody else so early in the morning. Yep, that's right. No, that was wrong. I did it again. I almost dialed somebody else in Florida that didn't need a wake up here. Let's give Dale a call and see if he is up and available this morning, and we will congratulate him directly. How about that? We'll see if we can get a hold of Dale, our winner for today. I mean, because we're just hanging out, right? No need to fret over anything else. Uh-oh. Looks like Dale may still be asleep this morning. Slept in a little bit. That's okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I didn't need to talk to the automated voice messaging system. Well, congratulations, Dale. I was going to try and get you on the air. Feel free to call me back and say hi to me this morning. But congratulations to Dale Patton. That means I have 2 more of these bivy sticks to give away. 2 more. Tomorrow and Wednesday. And so you can get signed up to win. There's about 200 and something people who have signed up so far. And you got a pretty good chance. Of winning the old bivy stick. You can only sign up once because I eliminate all the duplicate names. So if you sign up more than once, it doesn't matter because you only get to pick once anyway. And then we're good to go. All right. So what are we going to do today? Well, today is a little bit of freeform. Now, tomorrow on the program, Brad Keithley and Chris Story are going to come in and join us. Now, Brad normally gives us our weekly top 3 with the state, stuff and everything else. Tomorrow, Brad's going to give us his, I don't know if it'll be top 3, but it'll be top memories, top Christmas thought, favorite music, favorite movies, favorite food, favorite Christmas stuff. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. Chris Story's going to do the same thing with us. We're going to keep him for a couple segments, and we're just going to hang out. He's going to give us our uplift, which is non-political, right? I mean, that's the mandate this week. And then we'll get some Christmas memories and favorite things and recipes and everything else. It's all going to be good. Then on Wednesday, well, I know for sure that Mike Shower is going to be with us in hour 2. I don't know who I'm going to have on for hour 1. I just don't know. I'm thinking about it. But we're going to have a good time. And then, of course, that's the final broadcast for the year. Then I will be on vacation all the way through New Year's. And in fact, even that Monday, the January the 2nd, I'm going to be returning to the airwaves on Tuesday, January the 3rd. So Tuesday, because since New Year's Day is on a Monday or on a Sunday, I gave everybody Monday off because it's a thing. So there you go. Fun stuff and enjoyable. It's fantastic. I can't wait. So what are we going to do today? Well, today is just going to be, I don't know. I really don't know. I think we're just going to share some memories. I'm going to talk about a few things, and I'll tell you what. Let me open up the phone lines. How about that? We will open up the phone lines, and we will get folks calling in this morning at 907-433-3150. And let's talk about your favorite Christmas memory, maybe from childhood. Well, I mean, I guess I don't want to restrict it just to childhood, but your favorite Christmas memory with your family. And you guys can share that with me this morning. Or your favorite recipe. I know that somebody the other day sent me a message or an email. I felt bad because I just realized that I hadn't responded back to it. I saw it and I was like, oh, I got to get back to that. Somebody sent me an email about my dad's Christmas ham, which is a brown sugar and bourbon baked ham, which is amazing. Every year. I mean, I cook it twice a year if I can get away with it, once at Christmas and once at New Year's. And yes, we will eat the entire ham over the course of that week and then have it. We'll eat ham for 2.5 weeks. That's the fact. But so you could talk about your favorite Christmas recipe, favorite Christmas music, favorite Christmas memory, favorite Christmas movie, whatever it is. We're gonna sit down and I just want to have a cup of coffee and hang out and chat and see what you guys have to say. And I say coffee while I drink something else, but it's okay. It's all good. So that's it. Let me take a break. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we will continue and see what you guys have to say on this beautiful 6 days till Christmas Day. It's only, is it 6 more sleeps? 5 more sleeps. Do the math on that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I guess it's 6 more sleeps till Christmas Day. So come on down. The Michael Duke Show. Common sense, liberty-based, free-thinking radio. We'll see you on the other side.
If you missed the show, you can listen to it on your time with Dukes On Demand. Oh, and it's free. Like America used to be. Streaming live every weekday morning on Facebook Live and MichaelDukesShow.com.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. How you guys doing? Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Well, hello, Lacey. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Long time no see. What's up there, Chickie? Want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's another beautiful, clear and crisp Christmas week day. Christmas. It's the first day or the dawn of Christmas. This is fantastic. Man, it's amazing. Trying to think of some of the best Christmas memories that you could possibly have. We miss you too, Lacey. I hope things are treating you well down there in the lower 48. It's good to see you. Merry Christmas to you. Tell your beautiful daughter I said the same. But trying to remember those Christmas memories that bring you joy. I mean, I can think of a bunch of them. I'm going to save them for back on the air because, you guys are all being real quiet this morning. The best present was our Scotch tasting show a couple of years ago. You were hilarious. Well, that was pretty good, actually. I did that did I do that on Christmas break? I can't even remember. When I did that. That was a lot of fun, though. I had a bunch of different scotches and we tasted them all. And by the time you get through an hour of scotch tasting, I'm pretty hilarious. I'm pretty hysterical. But there you go. Rick says when he was about 4 or 5, his dad put him in a scoop shovel with a rope tied to the back of the old pickup truck and went down the road. We went. Woof. Remember when we were young and there was no such thing as seatbelts? Remember when we were young and it was a lap belt in the back of the car and you'd be lucky if mom and dad would buckle you into that. And it's just like, go, 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 go. Oh, that's back when we used to run with scissors and stuff like that. It's amazing. Merry Christmas to you, Robert. Merry Christmas. Oh, baby, it's cold outside, and glad that it's nice and warm in here, and we're getting ready to warm our cockles of our little black hearts with a few more Christmas memories. How about favorite recipes? What says quintessentially to you says Christmas? Lacey, if you're still in here, what's your quintessential Christmas meal? Right? What's that one dish that you're like, oh, we only have it at Christmas, and that's what it's telling me right now, that I'm having this meal, so that means it's Christmas time. What is that? I wanna know what that is. I suppose I should look over on my on the show page. I actually posted it here a couple of years ago. Last year. I posted the ham recipe. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. I posted the ham recipe and everybody shared it, or everybody got a chance to try it. And then, of course, it got buried down in the, recipe. I'll see if I can find it. See if Facebook's search engine is any better than it used to be. Well, I don't want all the, oh my God, it's going through a million different video files. I don't need all these video files. I know exactly what I want. Oh, here's Christmas of last year. That's awesome. There we go. Holiday recipe contest. Let me see. Did I put it in here? Let's see. Well, no, this one's got Grandma Faye's pumpkin pie in it. I don't think, maybe I didn't put the ham in there. I'm looking through all the recipes that everybody shared last year. There's a bunch of them in there. Apparently, I didn't share okay. All right, fine. Fine. I will. Whoa, that scared me. Okay, we're going to get back into it. How about that? The Michael Duke Show, common sense, liberty-based, free thinking radio. Let's do this thing. Here we go. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to all, and to all good night. We were just looking back in the Wayback Machine here on Facebook, and trying to find. I thought I had. Well, apparently, I'm sure I did. I'm sure at one point I have posted the brown sugar bourbon ham recipe that my dad has made infamous. But for some reason, apparently it's not in here. I don't see it, so I'll have to dig it up in the next couple days here so that you guys can have it before Christmas. The problem these days is that nobody sells a whole bone-in ham anymore, because that's what it calls for, right? A whole bone-in ham. And you cannot find it for love or for money. You cannot find it. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know what's happening with it. It is anyway, it's not there. You just cannot find. So I've been making do. Actually, last year I did find one for the first time in like 2 years, but I've been making do with like a ham shank or something like a half, which it's just not the same. It's just not the same. First of all, because it's not enough. I got a bunch of folks here in this house, and they will grind through that ham in like no time at all. No time at all. So anyway, oh look. So I've been scrolling through I've been scrolling through all the Facebook posts that say recipe in them, basically. And it looks like I've reposted my Grandma Faye's pumpkin pie recipe like 4 times over the years. But apparently I've just been teasing all you guys with a ham recipe. It's not rocket science, but it does require some patience. So we'll see if we can piece that together today and get going on. Let me see what's going on here in the chat room. Rick said one of his favorite Christmas memories was when he was about 4 or 5. He said his dad put him in a scoop shovel with a rope tied to the back of the old pickup truck, and down the country road they went. Again, that was back before crash helmets and seatbelts, right? I mean, that's back when we were like kids, they're like, if it doesn't, walk it off, kid. Rub some dirt on it and walk it off. That's what it is. I remember that. We usually had one of my favorite memories is that for Christmas, we had Christmas for our immediate family, right? Mom, dad, kids, during the day. And then that Christmas, the day of, Christmas Day, that night, we would have a family Christmas party with all of our extended family, because in Fairbanks, man, we had aunts and uncles and cousins and grandma and grandpa, and I mean, the whole thing. And so we would always have a get together at somebody's house, and it would rotate from my mother's, her sister, and her brother, and our house. So it would be the 3 houses every year. It would rotate to a new house. And I remember we had a pretty good driveway. I mean, we had a pretty good driveway that was steep. But my uncle, my mom's brother, he had a driveway. I mean, that thing it was like a long country road all downhill. And we used to climb on those sleds and just zoom down the hill. and we'd had a truck that we would, one of the adults would follow us down, and we would go up and down that hill, I don't know, a dozen times or something. It was amazing. Our hill was great. Don't get me wrong. Our driveway was great, but it was about a quarter, maybe a fifth, maybe of the length of my uncle and aunt's driveway. And that was always just a fun time. We'd just go zooming down those hills. And sometimes we'd bring like faster. My dad used to get samples as a manufacturer's rep for toys and things like that. He'd get samples of different things. And so we try out some of these new types of sleds, the kind that had like remember the kind that was like it was like you're sitting on a shovel, right? The old butt shovel with like the joystick in between, and you'd ride down on your butt with anyway, there's all different kinds of, and oh man, what a fun time it was to ride down the hill on that. That's a great memory. That's a great Christmas memory. We love doing that as well. So I guess the big question is, does anyone make bread pudding anymore? Oh man, I make a wicked bread pudding. My grandmother, remember Grandma Faye and her pumpkin pie? Grandma Faye has a bread pudding recipe that is killer, cinnamon, and so delicious. Echo Lake Meats has them. The whole ham, says Jeannie. Yeah, but I'd have to go to Kenai to get it. I'm trying to look for something a little easier on the, not that I wouldn't love to have a whole ham from Echo Lake Meats, don't get me wrong, because Chris Story keeps talking about it. But I don't want to have to drive 400 miles round trip to go get them. You know what I mean? So maybe Brian says maybe the recipe for the ham has been suppressed because Facebook is not vegan. Maybe, or because it's not vegan on Facebook. I don't know. Maybe. Terry says we're going untraditional this year because of life. Clam chowder and dinner rolls and a pickled charcuterie board. Just a pickle, so it's like a charcuterie board made exclusively of pickles. I like me some charcuterie. Trust me. The various meats and the cheeses and oh man, but just a charcuterie of nothing but pickles? That's weird. But hey, you do you, boo. That's how it is. You do you. I love that. Michael says they make yoppers, mini sweet peppers halved and filled with salmon cream cheese, then wrapped in bacon. Oh my. Dang. That sounds delicious. So again, what is your favorite Christmas memory? What? And I would say, I asked this this is why they were talking about food in the chat room here, because I asked during the commercial break, I said, what is the one recipe that to you just screams Christmas? Right? What is the one recipe to you that you hear that or you smell it cooking and you go, that's Christmas? For me, it's the ham, right? That's just, it is what it is. The ham. My dad also had a tradition, which I have followed from sometimes. I don't always do it, but some years we do it. And that is on Christmas morning, we have, he had strawberry ricotta crepes. He would make, they call them Christmas crepes. And they're a strawberry, ricotta, lemon, stuffed crepe with a little strawberries and powdered cheese powdered sugar on top of it with the ricotta cheese and the strawberries and the filling inside. Oh man, it is good. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, especially when you're cooking for 7 people. You have to make a lot of them little crepes. But that is another great one. But I got to say, because I don't do that every year, probably do that maybe every other year, that the ham that is probably my Christmas. That's my Christmas, recipe that I love. Now, the pumpkin pies, yeah, but pumpkin pies are also for Thanksgiving, right? So I mean, for in my mind, we'd make them a couple times a year. We make pumpkin pie for Christmas or for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So I mean, that's good. But when you're saying I want one thing that that just screams to me that this is all about Christmas, it's gonna have to be the brown sugar and bourbon ham. That's so good. So good. Amy says she's fixing herself a pizza. Well, I hope you go crazy on that pizza, Amy. I hope you just go to town. Just, you know what? You have my permission to just make it crazy. I mean, you could put layers of ham and cheese and pepperoni and pineapple on. You could even put pineapple on it if you want to. I think pineapple on pizza is delicious. And I know I just alienated about half the audience because they just can't wrap their brain around that. It's a flavorful delight. It is the sweet and salty of everything. Pineapple on pizza. Yes, I said it. It's legit. It's legit stuff. Snowball cookies, says Donna, is her Christmas memories. Donna Ardwin is in the chat room. Donna, I don't know what snowball cookies are, but I'm willing to try it. So feel free to share our recipe here this morning. Maybe they could FedEx you a ham from down at Echo Lake down there, says Hawk. Maybe. Brian says, who do I report you to on Facebook for the pineapple thing? I don't know. And I don't know. Non-traditional is the best with the food. The important thing is to get back to coming together as family with friends and avoid politics, especially the past couple of years. Richard, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, my friend. My dad just said, try Safeway for the whole hams. Okay. Thanks, Dad. I will make a parade by Safeway to see if I can find me a whole ham. My dad's in the chat room right now, by the way, for the folks who don't know. He's in there hanging out with us this morning. Bill said his one thing that he loves, and you could feel free to sound off here, folks. I'm just talking with you guys and the folks in the chat room and everything else. You feel free to call me and tell me what is your favorite Christmas recipe. And if you want to give the recipe on the air, well, that's bonus points. I mean, this is a real low budget radio show today, folks, right? I mean, there's nothing important going on. If somebody wants to give out a recipe that's dang good, I will take a piece of paper and write it down. Or you can go back and listen on the podcast and pause it whenever you want, right? So then you can get the whole recipe. But I got no problem if you want to call in and do the recipe. That's not a problem. 907-433-3150. 907-433-3150. I am not racing to get to the next juicy bit of political whatever, right? So I'm good. Bill says, homemade caramel corn. Only do it at Christmas. Going to make another batch tonight, except I'm going to experiment with it. Bourbon maple caramel corn. Ooh, that sounds... You know what you should try, Bill? I don't know if you can get them down there in the Kenai. Werther's. Werther's, the hard candy Werther's Originals. They make a caramel. Now, Kraft caramels are great. Don't get me wrong. But they make a caramel that's amazing. You could make your bourbon maple caramel corn with Werther's caramel. That would be amazing. Willie says his Christmas memory is bologna from Cole's Market in Ketchimack City. Oh, bologna. No, maybe I'm sorry. Cole's Market in Ketchimack City, apparently. He's telling me bologna, you can find a whole ham. Well, that's great, Willie, but I'd like to find a whole ham that's not a 500-mile round. I could fly to Seattle and find a whole ham, right? But I'd like to find a whole ham where I'm at. I'm just, that's where I'm like. Last couple of years, it's gotten tougher and tougher. One year it was Walmart. The next year they didn't have one. Fred Meyer's used to carry them. Now they don't carry any of the whole hams. Safeway is occasionally. In fact, I think that's where I found it last year was Safeway. But it's good. Willie says oyster stew on Christmas Eve for the best luck in the new year. Oyster stew. That sounds actually delicious. My wife wanted to make an oyster stuffing for Thanksgiving. We just didn't get around to it. So maybe she'll make up something oysterish for Christmas. I don't know. Well, I think got to take a break. We'll see what we can come up with. Oh, we got some Christmas memories. I see that Michael's dropped something good in the chat room. We'll talk about that. We will continue. I guess apparently I'm not alone. There's several people in the chat room who said that they love pineapple on pizza. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. We will continue. It is the Michael Duke Show. Merry Christmas, the holiday edition. No politics, all Yuletide cheer. That's what it's all about today. Back with more in just a moment.
We're broadcasting live through a series of tubes.
Allowing all of these entities to provide streaming stuff going on the internet.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. Sorry. Streaming live every weekday morning on Facebook Live and MichaelDukesShow.com.
Okay. Donna, looks like Donna has posted a link to the snowball cookies recipe. Thank you, Donna. I'm saving that stuff. Does it got coconut in it? I haven't opened the link yet because I can't. In the thing that I have here, I can't. I can't follow links in the browser situation because I'm seeing all the chat rooms in one column, right? So I can see Facebook, YouTube, Twitch all in one column. But the downside is I can't follow any hyperlinks that people put in the chat. So I'll have to go back and look at it later. But it'll be good. Slivered almonds on Hawaiian pizza are delightful. Okay. All right. I'll try it. I'll try anything once. I will try anything once. Bill says barbecue chicken with cream cheese, pineapple, red onion, and jalapeno peppers. Oh my God, that sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. Deshana says grandma's applesauce cakes. Well, I want to know what grandma's applesauce cakes are all about. Robert says he likes the eggnog. My grandfather made an eggnog, which I have a recipe for. I've got to find it. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, man, I want to make the eggnog again this year. I've only made it twice in like 15 or 20 years because it's, it takes quite a bit and everything else. I'm looking here for, let's see, bourbon ham. I'm looking to see. Oh, here's the. Somebody was looking for the bourbon ham recipe. The bourbon. This is the email from Brian. Brian said, "I'm trying to scour the internet to find your bourbon ham recipe after hearing you describe it in the morning show. Unfortunately, I was driving, so I couldn't write it down. Would you mind sharing it or posting it? Thanks for the great show. Listening to my daily drive." Well, I will. You know what? I'm going to do it from memory because I don't have it. I don't have it in front of me. And I thought it was in my email, but probably my dad sent it to me, 10, 12, 15 years ago. And I've culled some of my email accidentally. I culled some of my old archived email from like 10 years ago. I accidentally culled a big section of it here about 3 years ago. And so I apparently don't have the ham recipe in my email anymore, which is usually my go-to. But I have it printed out downstairs. I'm not going to run downstairs and find it. But I will give it to you from memory, which is pretty good because let's face it, at this point, I'm just winging it. I just look at it and go, how long was I supposed to cook it again? Oh yeah. And then I just go to town. Right. So, but I'll give you the basics. I will give you the basics. Bill says Werther's caramels are okay, but he makes his from scratch. Best caramel corn he's ever had. I love caramel corn. It's one of those things where I can eat way too much of it. I don't hardly ever. I rarely ever eat it, but when I do, Richard said best caramels in the world, handmade in Owatonna, Minnesota, by Costas for over 100 years. I'm bringing back a few boxes to distribute randomly. Well, I'll give you my P.O. box, Richard. Robert says he likes the Costco roasted chickens for $5. Okay. Does that say Christmas to you? Oh. Let's see. Pineapple on pizza. Thumbs up. Pineapple with bacon and mushrooms on pizza. You know what my favorite Hawaiian pizza is? Is a double dose of the Canadian bacon, pineapple, and mushrooms. Sliced mushrooms. I love that on a pizza. Oh. Time to put on the Beaver Bomber hat. It's cold out there. I'd eat both of those pizzas, says Michael. Pineapple on pizza, yes. We thought you were drinking eggnog since election night. It was minus 25 when in Fairbanks on Friday. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 38 below in Fairbanks this week. So, yum. Okay, I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up on comments, except for that I have Michael's. I've got Michael's memory going on here. We're going to talk about it in just a hot second. Just looking back to see bourbon yoppers. Oh, somebody just sent me a recipe. Oh, Mikhail just sent me a recipe for yoppers. Mini bag of sweet pepper, salmon cream cheese, your favorite bacon, few cloves of garlic, salt and pepper, and the obligatory Glock picture with the yoppers. I mean, what more could a guy ask for? Yoppers and Glock. Those look so good, man. Those look so good. This is a mistake. I have made a grave tactical error here because I should not be talking about this stuff because now I'm hungry. Now I am hungry. All right. We're going to continue on the Michael Duke Show. Common sense, liberty-based, free-thinking radio. Like it, share, like it, share, like it, follow. Let's do this thing. Here we go. This is the kind of Christmas gift that I love to, or Christmas memory that I love to think about, that you love to hear about. The good news, right? The good news. Welcome back to the program, by the way, to those of you who are just joining us. It is the third final day of broadcast, third day from the final day. It's the last 3 days of the broadcast year for me. So it's all Christmas, all fuzzy-wuzzy, feel-good, good news, no politics, all the time today. And I'm just sitting here yapping. So feel free to call and yap with me if you want, 907-433-3150. I would love to hear your Christmas memories. Mikhail is watching us. He watches us on YouTube every morning. And Mikhail says this is a Christmas memory that he remembers. He said, when I was 5, we had lost our house in December and moved to Roundup, Montana, to some family land. He said, things looked bleak for sure, without even a Christmas tree or decorations. He said, even though we didn't know anyone else in the area, a week before Christmas, someone in a Santa costume approached us at the grocery store and gave my mom an envelope and left. He said inside that envelope was $2,500 in cash. And he said they never, ever found out who it was. Damn, son, it's a little dusty in here. That's an amazing memory. That's the good news right there. That is the good news that we were kind of talking about right there. People have been asking for the Christmas ham recipe. Oh, my dad says he's going to send it. Dad, if you want to send it to me, you can. I'm going to wing it here. But if you send it to me, I will post the official up on the Facebook page. Somebody sent me an email or contacted me through my website and said, hey, I you keep, what did they say? Let me read it. Let me read it to you directly, because, it's right there I have it right there in the email. He said, it's from Brian. He sent me this 3-4 days ago. He said, I've scoured the internet trying to find your bourbon ham recipe after hearing you describe it on the morning show. Unfortunately, I was driving, so I couldn't write it down. Would you mind sharing it or posting it? Thanks for a great show. Listen to on my daily morning drive. Brian. Brian, you're welcome. And the recipe is pretty simple. It doesn't have a whole lot of moving parts. The recipe is simply, and my dad, go ahead and send me an email with that back in it. I have it somewhere, but I have the printed version downstairs, but you might as well send it to me. Okay. So first and foremost, it requires, or recommends, I guess I should say, works best with a whole bone-in ham. Now, again, your challenge, depending on where you live, could be finding that ham, but I recommend a whole bone-in ham. First thing you do is you put it on you put it in a broiling pan, and you cook it in the oven for 350 degrees, fat side up. There's a fat rind on the whole ham, right? So you cook it fat side up for, I think it's 5 minutes a pound. Basically until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. They're cooked, right? It's a cooked ham already, but you want it to be warm all the way through. 165 degrees. Once it has reached that internal temperature, you put it on the top of the stove and you allow it to cool. Once it is cool enough to handle, you take a knife and you carve off the fat, you carve off the fat rind on the outside of it, right? And you clean it up as best you can. You clean as much fat on the outside as you can. Then I always like to cut I turn it on edge so that the ham is sitting up, and I carve a flat spot on the bottom so that it remains standing, if that makes sense, right? Because I've now turned the whole ham up on its side. Because with the bone has got a bend in it for a whole ham, right? There's a joint and a knock, and I turn it bone side down so that then I can carve across the top of it. I can carve a crosshatch pattern in the ham. I make diamonds about 1.5 inches across. Carve it one way, then you diagonally carve it the other way. Now you've got diamonds and the crosshatches. So the meat is open. All, you know what I'm talking about, right? Am I not? Then you take dark brown sugar. You can do it with light brown sugar, and I have done it with both, depending on what I had in my cupboard at the time. But brown sugar, and you mix it up in a big bowl. Usually it's a couple cups of brown sugar. I use 1/8 of a teaspoon of dry mustard, and it calls for whole cloves to be plugged into the intersection or the center of each diamond that you've carved onto the thing. I find that to be tedious and monotonous, and I don't like biting into whole cloves. So I use about 1/8 of a teaspoon of powdered clove in the brown sugar. But if you want to be an originalist and do it like my dad does it, you could do it with a whole clove, and just every diamond, you plug a whole clove into it. And to this mixture of brown sugar and dry mustard and clove, you pour about 1/2 cup of bourbon, and you mix it up. And I actually always put a little bit extra in there because I want it to be not more of a paste. I want it to be a slurry so that I can pour it over the top and it runs into every little nook and cranny. And then I get a basting brush and I put it all in there, and I just go to town on it, right? In the first time. Now, then you put it back in the oven for 15 minutes. You let it caramelize, you let it cook. I bring it out. I do it again with a second round of the brown sugar and the bourbon. Again, packing it. This one's a little less runny. I make it a little thicker so that it really sticks to everything. And then I put it in for another hot. This time I turn the oven up to 405. And then I put it in for another 10 minutes or so until it gets a really nice, good crust. And that's it. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's so delicious. And my mouth is just absolutely watering right now. That is my dad's brown sugar bourbon ham recipe. So you end up making 2 or 3 batches of the bourbon and brown sugar mixture and just packing. The first time, like I said, I do it, it's pretty runny to make sure it gets everywhere. And then the second time, it's a lot drier so that I can pack it on top and it doesn't runoff. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? It is absolutely delicious. And it never lasts in my house. It never, ever lasts in my house. It's gone usually within 2 days. That's why we try and cook one on Christmas and on New Year's, because we're gluttons. We're gluttons for the Christmas ham. It's absolutely delicious. And I just can't get enough. So my dad's going to send me the official recipe with all the actual measurements, which I don't even bother to follow anymore. But I'm happy to post it for you on Facebook. And I'll do a separate post. How about that? We'll do a separate post. Okay, looks like somebody just actually dialed into the phone lines here. I got less than 2 minutes, so it'll have to be a quick call, but we will get to them here in just a hot second. They'll pop up in my little thing. Here they are. Let's go over to the phones and see what you guys have to say. Good morning and Merry Christmas. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Well, hi, Mike, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. This is Mark calling from the Golden Heart Interior in care of the Alaska Freedom Council.
Good morning, Mark.
It was nice to hear you this morning. I want to reach out there and because of the season, thank God for Christ and Son and the Holy Ghost, and also celebratorily congratulate all of Alaska's First Peoples on the 51st anniversary of ANCSA yesterday, under our 37th President Nixon.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas to you, my friend, and Happy Holidays. Thanks for sharing that tidbit with us, and I hope you have a good Christmas and a Merry and Happy New Year. Thanks for calling in, Mark. Okay. So Christmas wishes. You want to wish to your friends and family and people outside, things you can do as well. We'll do that. Or favorite recipes, you want to share it. Favorite Christmas movies and music, you want to share that. Whew, baby, so much stuff to talk about. 1 hour left, though. That's the end of hour one. That was quick and easy. The Michael Duke Show. Common sense, liberty-based, free-thinking radio. Don't forget to come out and join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Michael Duke Show, facebook.com/Michael Duke Show. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Okay. True, from scratch is the best way for caramels. Yes. We thought you were drinking eggnog since election night. I wish I was drinking eggnog since election night. You know what? And I say this every year, and I apologize if this gets redundant, but you know what I miss? Matanuska made eggnog. That was the best commercial eggnog ever made. Matanuska made. And you eat, of course, they're gone. The whole thing's, gunny sack. But my God, I would bribe and kill somebody. I would kill for that recipe. I wouldn't kill for the recipe because that would be unchristian-like. But I would maim, maybe. I would maim for life. Would that help? I would love to have that recipe. Let's see. I remember the first time I saw a pristine cooked turkey, and I'd mentioned I'd never seen a turkey carved before. In my family, by the time the wine had flowed and we got to the turkey, we simply picked it up and shook it. Okay. Oh, man. Donna has sent me the link to these cookies. These are Italian snowball cookies. Yummy. Let's see. Is that a bone-in ham or not? Yes, it is a bone-in ham. It's smoked. I mean, it could be smoked. There's nothing wrong. Usually, it's just a bone-in cured ham. You could do a smoked one. There's nothing wrong with that. My grandfather was a retired machinist with not a lot of domestic skills, but he could make Chex Mix on an industrial scale. We would show on Christmas Eve, and the house smelled of Chex Mix with overflowing tubs everywhere. I love that. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Now, I will say, unfortunately, I did see a video the other night of Bruce Willis saying, I'm here to solve this one burning question once and for all. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. I'm sorry, Bruce, but you don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. You know, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, in my opinion. We were just listing off movies the other night of movies we got to watch, and my kids are like, Die Hard. Yep, okay, I've got it. I got it. Let's see. Pineapple on pizza is illegal in New England and comes with a self-help book on your way to prison. Well, you know, good thing we don't live in New England. Good thing we don't live in New England. No hams in Seattle because of the vegans. Yep, we got that. I'm all caught up. I think I'm all caught up. Did I miss anything? Definitely. Bread pudding. Oh, see, now I want Grandma Faye's bread pudding, which was made with French bread loaves, which you could shred up and cinnamon and so much good stuff. Now I want bread pudding. Okay. Delicious. I'm looking to see if there was anything new in my email. Mikhail sent me this Yoppers, which are they're like jalapeno. They're not jalapeno. They're mini pepper. The salmon cream cheese. See, that's what got me, because usually you do like a cream cheese popper with the bacon. But if you're doing a salmon cream cheese with the bacon and miniature sweet peppers instead of spicy, yum. Oh, yum. And the best part, you could cook these in an air fryer, which is probably the greatest invention of the 21st century. I mean, I know it's basically a mini convection oven, but the fact that you've got a tabletop, desktop air fryer, that is the best invention. It's the best kitchen gadget I've invested in probably the last 10 years. And, it cooked so good. Fruitcake. I like fruitcake. You know, I know it's a big joke about fruitcake and doorstops and, you know, how long, but I actually like fruitcake. I don't know, something about that moist, meaty denseness of it. It's satisfying. I mean, you have one piece and you're done, but I mean, it's satisfying. Absolutely satisfying. Lock up your Folgers coffee, says Chris. What? Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's okay. Where is the plow truck snowblower the city had a few years ago? I think it's broken. They said the city has been suffering from that supply chain issue where they've got 30% of their equipment is essentially broke. Oh, did you see my shirt? Yeah, that's right. I'm pimping my own gear here. I'm repping my own gear. Feel free to look that stuff up. Okay. I guess that's it. We're a minute out. Slept until 7. Doty, Merry Christmas. You've missed a good show so far. I mean, I think it's a good show, but I'm biased. We're just jacking our jaws. We're just talking about Christmas. I gave away my bourbon and brown sugar ham recipe. I gave it away. I walked you through it. So simple. It's so simple. It's not hard. But it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Yes, it is. Okay. Hey, you know what? Let's get the Christmas stuff going here. Let's get the Christmas. Yeah, fruitcake made with lots of liquor is the best. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why do you think I liked it? Okay, Merry Christmas. We're going to jump right into it. Here we go. The Michael Duke Show, common sense, holiday-based, making radio. It's all good. Here we go.
buddy, put that thing back in its holster. We haven't gone anywhere.
I don't understand.
Check out the MichaelDukesShow.com for information on how to get access to the podcast.
Welcome to the party, pal.
The Michael Dukes Show.
The greed and the entitlement is astounding to me.
What more could you want from a low-budget radio program?
This is a dumpster fire.
That was just BS.
It is time to get a new perspective.
We know just what you need, and we've got just the cure. Open wide and prepare for a steaming hot cup of freedom.
I just don't fathom it.
The Michael Dukes Show, streaming live across the world.
Yes, across the world on the internet at michaeldukeshow.com and across the state of Alaska on this, your favorite radio station and or FM translator. Hello, my friends. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Feliz Navidad. Fröhliche Weihnachten. And Par Noel. Good morning and welcome to the program. It is the last 3 broadcast days of the year. It is my last 3 days until the end of my broadcast year, and we are only, 6 more sleeps until Christmas morning. So I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to it, in case you hadn't noticed. And in keeping with my promise that I made to all the listeners, because we took a poll and said, okay, what do you guys, we can do? I can do a no politics day for just 1 day or 2 days or all week. And hell, they wanted me to do no politics at the end of last week. I think people have just reached the end of their rope. And, so we're doing the good news. We're doing the good news, Christmas holiday, no plan, just the fireside. I should put a roaring fireplace behind me or something in graphics, because I just want to have the fireside chat. Just the fireside chat where we're hanging out, talking about our favorite Christmas memories. And whatever it is. So we're going to get to that. And the phone lines are open at 907-433-3150. If you want to share with us your Christmas memories, your favorite Christmas memories, I would love for you to do that. And Christmas memories could be, again, just a favorite memory, a favorite recipe, favorite movie, favorite Christmas music, anything that gets you in the... My whole point over the next 3 days is to get you in the Christmas spirit. All of you who are out there who are going, bah, humbug, splitting their own pudding and steak of holly through their heart. Bah. That's what we, I'm looking to put you in the Christmas mood. And what better way to put you in the Christmas mood than with gift giving? That's why I am giving away a bivvy stick, courtesy of our friends over there at Satellite West. Yes, it is the 5 days of Christmas, courtesy of Satellite West, your local radio station, and the Michael Dukes Show. Today is day 3 of the 5 days of Christmas, where we give away a bivvy stick to one lucky listener. Now, there's only one way to win. Only one way to win, and that is to go over to my website at michaeldukeshow.com and to click on the Satellite West logo with all the, the pretty lights around it and everything, and just enter your name and your email address and your phone number and all that. And if you win, I'll contact you and get your mailing address, and we will mail the bivvy stick right to you. When Bivvy heard about this, they got involved as well. They liked the idea, and they're like, okay, well, if you're going to give away the sticks, then we'll give away some free monthly subscriptions. They'll add some months on to your annual subscription. So specifically for Michael Dukes Show listeners, a couple caveats. You have to activate the unit by the end of the year. and you have to get up on the industrial prepaid 1 year plan, right? 1 year or more. So if you get the 1 year plan, you get 3 months for free. So you get 15 months instead of 12. 24-month plan, the 2 year plan, you get 28 months instead of 24. And for the 36-month plan, you get 6 months for free. Now, you don't have to activate the thing or anything. You could just take the stick and, keep. But if you want to get the full features, you need the activation plan. Anyway, we're going to give away this bivy stick again tomorrow and Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, because today we already have a winner, Dale Patton. Dale is the winner of today's bivy stick. And we're going to call Dale again. We tried it last hour, but Dale may have still been asleep. So let's give Dale one more shot here. Let's see if he's on, and we'll congratulate him on the air, because why not? There's nothing. I mean,
hello?
Is this Dale?
This is Dale.
Dale, this is Michael Dukes calling.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I'm doing fantastic. Merry Christmas to you and good morning. You're live on the air this morning. Dale, I just wanted to let you know that you are the winner of the bivy stick for today.
No way.
Way. I would not lie. I would not lie to you, my friend. You are the winner.
Holy cow. Wow. Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. And special thanks, of course, to the local radio stations and to Satellite West. Where do you listen to us at, Dale?
I in Seward, the I don't know those letters.
KPEN, KGTL. You're listening to us on one of the translators there out of Seward, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Well, congratulations, Dale. You are the winner of the bivy stick, and I'll be sending you an email later today to confirm your mailing address, and I'll be sending it on to you. It'll be a good Merry Christmas present.
Yes, that's great. That's excellent.
Well, good. Dale, any favorite Christmas memory you want to share with us, since we're just doing Christmas stuff today and no politics?
Christmas memory.
Yeah. Something
a quick one.
Yeah, go. Just take your time. We got time.
My son, we had Santa come in, left footprints in the house, and left behind the Santa's key. And that was like 20 years ago. He just sent me a picture of it and said he still had it, and that really shocked me.
Oh, he had the Santa ski? He still had that?
No, his key.
Oh,
Santa's
his key. Oh, Santa's key. Oh, okay. So he had Santa's key and footprints in the house, and he still has it. He still remembers that.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
That's the kind of memories I want to build, Dale. That's
it. Made my day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my friend, thank you for listening, and Merry Christmas to you. And I appreciate you listening. And we'll be sending this bivy stick off to you here shortly.
All right. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for listening to the show. I appreciate it. That's Dale, the winner of the bivy stick for today, Monday. We've got 2 more to give away. 2 more. The only way you're going to win, though, is if you go sign up. So you got to go over to michaeldukeshow.com. And again, just look for the Satellite West logo with all the Christmas lights around it, and you can get signed up to win. Special thanks to your local radio station, to Satellite West, and to Bivy, and to, I guess, to me, the Michael Dukes Show. Thank you for participating. Okay, what was I? We were talking about, we did the ham, we did that, we talked about it. There was something else I was going to, there was a story I was going to tell you, but this is what happened when you get to be decrepit like me. Sometimes you forget where you were going with it. I remember. But I'm going to come back to that now that I remember what it was. We're going to talk about favorite Christmas music. Now, unfortunately, because I simulcast the radio show on Facebook and YouTube and everything else, I can't play you One year I did. I played snippets of of my favorite music, and I immediately had the music police all over me on social media, because you can't even play snippets of something without getting permission. I am including something for those of you who love Christmas music. Here's my Christmas music is my favorite Christmas stuff is the classics, right? I mean, I don't have any Mariah Carey or anything. I do have some newer stuff, but they're from artists who you would consider to be classic artists, like Michael Bublé and Harry Connick Jr., Diana Krall, that kind of thing. But I mean, the majority of my playlist, which, by the way, I have my own official Christmas classics playlist on Spotify, which I am sharing the link into the chat room right now. So if you want to get a copy of that, you'll have to go back and take a look at the show, and you'll have to go in there and take a look at it on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or someplace. But I'm posting a link to it. 200 songs in this playlist, 10 hours and 33 minutes of music. But there are some unusual things in there. So, I mean, I got Tony Bennett, Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, little Dean Martin, Chris Isaac, of course, Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra and Burl Ives and Michael Bublé and Mel Torme and all that. But I've got a few in there that are like hidden gems. One of them is a song. I got to turn this off so I don't accidentally play it. Is a song from the album called "The Meaning of Christmas." This album was when was it? I'm going to see 1963 from Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. This album only had 3 songs on it. The whole album only had 3 songs on it. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is probably the most famous one on there, which I remember listening to over and over. My mom and dad had this actual album in vinyl, and it is an amazing album. The first cut is 24 minutes long, The Meaning of Christmas medley, and they walk through every Christmas song and all the reasonings behind it and everything else, and it's just fantastic. Then it's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and then it was the Song of Christmas, which is 17 minutes long. This is an hour album with 3 cuts on it, basically. Anyway, that's also on my playlist. So you can go find those out there as well. This is 10 hours of nothing but joyful Christmas spirit. Beach Boys, Eartha Kitt, Leon Redbone, Ella Fitzgerald, as well. Oh, Ella and Louis Armstrong. Oh, so many good songs on there. So I've posted a link up to my playlist in the chat room. This is a playlist on Spotify. You can go in there and take a look at it and listen to it. It is going to be a lot of fun. So I don't have Mannheim Steamroller on there. I don't have I could see the guys, I can see his face, and I can hear his voice, but all of a sudden I just lost his name. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'll get back to you on who the name was. Who is the guy that's got the woman's voice? That Wayne Newton. Is that right? Wayne Newton? Is that right? In Vegas, Wayne Newton. I want a hot hippopotamus for Christmas kind of thing. Anyway, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, yeah. TSO, always good. Mannheim Steamroller, always good. This is my classics playlist. So what song to you, what music to you signifies Christmas? I mean, when I hear Bing Crosby rolling out the I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, baby, you know it's time. When I hear Mel Torme crack out with a Christmas song, I know that it's time. When I hear, Harry Connick Jr. singing Ave Maria, or Must Have Been Old Santa Claus, those are the times. That's the stuff right there. Give us a call, 907-433-3150. Let's go over here. We've got somebody on the line. Good morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Morning. Calling from Fairbanks.
Good morning.
Hey, go back to the 60s for my little happy memories that I can remember was getting to put the needle down on the Elvis Blue Christmas album.
Oh, that was...
And the thing about that is I still have that album.
Oh, yeah. That was the big treat, right? Was being able to drop the needle on the album. Can I start it, Dad? Can I start it?
Yeah, when you're the kid, and you got to start that thing, you're getting all bossed around on the big old console that's like 5 foot long and it looks like a dresser.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was back in the day for sure. Yeah. No.
We did that one there, and then a little bit later in life, I guess, when they started doing picking the cashews out of the Chex Mix was pretty dang fun, too. Until you got caught. I never had any cashews, and the next guy got it.
Until you got caught. That's exactly it. All right. Well,
hey, what do you do? You can't pick out that.
I did.
All right,
I
thanks.
did. They're delicious. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. Yeah, dropping the needle on Elvis's Blue Christmas would definitely be a memory to remember. Okay. Hey, we're coming up on the break. We got more coming up. 2 more segments coming up tomorrow. Brad Keithley, Chris Story. It'll be all Christmassy, all positivity, all memories and favorite recipes and movies and more. It's all directly ahead. That's coming up on Tuesday. And then Mike Shower will be joining us on Wednesday. But it's just you and me for the next 2 segments. So feel free to give us a call and share your Christmas memory. I would love to hear your Christmas memories. 907-433-3150. 907-433-3150. Give us a call. The Michael Duke Show. Merry Christmas. It's common sense, liberty-based, free-thinking holiday radio.
What is that?
Common sense. Regularly heard on American radio. Michael Duke Show. Radio.
Oh, man. I hope a few of you go out there and listen to my playlist and enjoy it. Especially to those, especially when you get to the Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. That is really one of those special ones. And I'm going to talk about it when I come back. I'm going to talk about it a little bit when I come back. Porky the Pig's Elvis imitation of Blue Christmas is pretty funny. Joan Jett's Little Drummer Boy. I really like the David Bowie, Bing Crosby, David Bowie Drummer Boy. I do like that. That's pretty cool. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Yeah, Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton running. I don't know why I was having such a hard time with Wayne Newton. But, too much random info in the old brain pan. I think that's what was going on. Too much random info in there. Tennessee Ernie Ford. Here is Ernie and good friend Gordon McRae singing "Oh Holy Night." Oh man, Tennessee Ernie Ford is he's got a voice like deeper. Asrayum. What Asray? What is going on over there? I'm going to listen to your playlist today, says Dodie. Make sure you put it on shuffle. I forgot to say that because I added whole albums, so I don't want it to play. So make sure you put it on shuffle. I forgot about that. So if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you put it on shuffle because then it'll shuffle them all through there. Lots of great stuff. I'm just looking to see what are some of the little surprises in there. The Leon Redbone, one of my favorite ones is Zoe Deschanel and Leon Redbone singing Baby It's Cold Outside. That's from the movie Elf. She's got a fantastic voice. I really enjoy that. Chris Isaak, Last Month of the Year. Tell me when Jesus born, last month of the year. That's, so much fun. So if you like the playlist, make sure you like it there on Spotify but feel free to share it with whoever you want. It's lots of good stuff. Beach Boys, Ella, Louis Armstrong, Bing Crosby, of course. All the greats. Deshana is already in the eggnog. That's what it was all about. Oh Holy Night, probably my favorite rendition of Oh Holy Night is Nat King Cole. I think that is my favorite. I know that might be heresy because everybody's a Bing Crosby lover. I love Bing Crosby, don't get me wrong. He is probably one of my favorite classic crooners. But of course, White Christmas is a big one. Mele Kalikimaka is another one. But for Oh Holy Night, although he does a fantastic job, I don't know. It's just something about Nat King Cole. That one and O Tannenbaum are two of my favorite Nat King Cole songs. I don't know why. Who knows why anybody loves something the way they love something? I don't know what it is. Dodie says she's going to listen to your playlist. Okay. Yum. Just looking back here, make sure I've got everything that I need to get. So, I am waiting. Harold, I really don't care. I am we're waiting for the Christmas holiday here. We're about to dive into our favorite Christmas movie list around here for the family. We're trying to decide which order to watch what movies in. And so we're hoping that all comes together and we're going to be enjoying some of our favorite films. So I want to know which some of your favorite films are as well. Which movies put you in the Christmas spirit? I know for some it's like Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story, which again, until recently were not something that I mean, I'd seen them, but it's not something that I watch continuously. So we'll keep going on that, and we'll talk about that here in here. When was Alaska True Crime starting? Oh, that's probably going to be after the first of the year. Deshana, we're going to probably work on it over the holidays. So we're going to jump to that. All right, here we go. Common sense, liberty-based, free thinking radio, The Michael Duke Show. Okay, welcome back to the program. As I said, I just posted my Spotify link to my playlist for like my Christmas classic 10-hour Christmas classic playlist. The one thing I forgot to mention though is that you need to play it on shuffle because when I was adding stuff to it, I added whole albums at once, and so play it on shuffle. It'll be a lot more fun that way. I wanted to share one more Christmas memory with you personally before we go back to what your thoughts are. And I think we're going to talk about Christmas movies here in just a minute. But since we're still talking about favorite Christmas music, one of my favorite memories is listening to, my mom and dad, of course, I'm old, so they had a turntable. Because, cassettes were a thing, but it was really music. And my mom and dad they had a vast record collection, a whole section of nothing but Christmas music, including Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians and all the other ones. One of my favorite Christmas memories, and I know that I did this more than once. Because I remember doing it more than once, I guess, is after we got the tree set up. And, getting the tree set up was quite the task sometimes, but we got it all set up and we got the Christmas tree set up and the tree skirt underneath and everything. And after that, we'd put Christmas music on. Mom would put a record on, or, dad or I would, or whoever was. And I vividly remember this, laying under the I probably yell at my kids for doing this now, but I would lay under the Christmas tree with my head and my shoulders under the Christmas tree, looking up through the branches with the twinkling of the lights, in the branches and the Christmas music playing in the background, and just, I don't know, thinking about the music, thinking about Christmas, thinking about, I have a vivid recollection of laying down, looking up through the tree and seeing the lights, twinkle. They didn't really twinkle back then. They just flashed on and off because it wasn't so fancy, right? It was just the big bulbs. And I just remember the lights blinking in the tree, listening to Christmas music, laying on the floor with my head and shoulders underneath the tree, on the tree skirt, looking up, and just being extraordinarily happy. In that. And music was such a huge part of that. And of course, my whole Christmas music, that was where it was honed. That's why I love the Bing Crosby and the Nat King Cole and the Dean Martin, because those are all the records that my parents had, right? That's why I love Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. You probably never heard of Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians, but that's why I love it, because that's what I listen to. It's amazing. It's amazing to do that. I remember the joy. I remember the joy of laying under the tree. I don't remember what I was thinking about. I don't remember anything. I just remember listening to the music, soaking the music up. I think we had some old-time radio Christmas albums as well. Maybe I'm misremembering that, but you're listening to a Christmas story, to an old-time radio Christmas story, like The Shop Around the Corner or something like that, while I was laying there under the tree. That's the good stuff right there. That is the good stuff. 3 lines on hold. Let's go over to the phones and see what you have to say. Good morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from? Merry Christmas. Hello, caller. So I'm going to put them back on hold, and we're going to go over to caller number 2. Good morning, caller. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Michael.
Yes.
This is Joanne.
Well, hello, Joanne. How are you? Merry Christmas.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure I was on.
Oh.
Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you, too.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you, and I wasn't sure I was going to call, and then I said, I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to call because of my little boy. Long time ago, because I'm not a young woman anymore, He was just a little guy. He was about 8 years old, I think. And I was working, and he had just come home from school, and he only lived a block away from the school, so it was easy for him. And he calls me up, and he's hysterical. He's crying on the phone, and I'm saying, Michael, please, Michael, calm down and tell me what's wrong, what happened. And finally, he's able to tell me that, Mommy, I just came in the house, and our Christmas tree, it's all gone. It's a mess. It's all over the floor. Oh, my Mommy, I'm so sorry. I said, well, what happened? Tell me what happened. He says, the dogs must have pulled it down. He says, all the packages are opened up, and he couldn't stop crying. He was so upset. I said, it's okay, Michael. We'll make it better. I'm coming home. I'm on my way home now. He says, okay. He says, oh, Mommy, I saw my presents. I don't want to see my presents. He carried on something fierce.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I get home, and I walk in the living room, and sure enough, oh, my goodness, the tree was all over the living room floor. There was stuff all over. The packages were ripped open. It was a real total mess. Mommy's fault, though. Michael, he blamed himself because he wanted the Christmas presents under the tree. And there was a couple of boxes of goodies under the tree, and 2 dogs, one with a wonderful nose, had one heck of a good time tearing into all those boxes till they found what smelled so good. And it was a mess. I told him to calm down. We'll get it straightened out. And we did. We got the tree back up. And when he told me he was so upset because he didn't have any presents. I said, you realize Santa hasn't gotten here yet.
Right.
And there's still presents to come. Promise you that. Don't worry about it. And we did get the Christmas tree back up, and it was a good Christmas. And I just thought I would share that with you from my son.
Oh.
Because Christmas was a special holiday for all children. But Michael was a kid who loved everything about Christmas. He loved everything about parades. He loved the circus. He loved all that kind of excitement. He got so excited. He even ran away with a circus, or planned to, until I stopped him. He genuinely was going to do it. But anyway, that's my Christmas story for now. And I'm old enough to remember Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians, and I had some of their records on vinyl.
Yeah.
And also Nat King Cole.
Oh, yeah.
His song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody because it was a fond memory for me. It was hard. It was tough at the moment, but we got that beautiful Christmas tree back up and everything worked out just fine.
Joanne, thank you so much for sharing that memory. That is just, it's amazing how affected, how much that sticks with us so much. So, and I wish you and Jim a very, very Merry Christmas, Joanne. Thank you for calling in and sharing with me today.
Thank you. And the same to you and yours. God bless you.
You bet. God bless. All right, let's go back over here. Great memory. Great memory. Let's go over here. Good morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. This is Ron from Casilla.
Hey, Ron.
I just wanted to share some of my good stuff when I was a kid back in the 70s. How my father, today's his birthday. He would have been, I think, 89 today. So I was kind of tearing up thinking about him this morning. But anyway, it's amazing how a man and my mom, a single income back then, could afford gifts for 7 children. It was amazing how on Christmas morning that tree, the underside of that tree would just be heaping with presents. That's my fond memory.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't make much money, and how a person back then could do such a thing.
It's magical, isn't it? When you walk out and see that tree with all the sparkling presents underneath and the lights and all the ornaments and everything. It's amazing. It really is amazing when you see that, especially when you're young. But even when you're old and cynical like you and me, you look at that and it takes us back, right? I mean, doesn't it take you back to that moment?
Yep.
I mean, I love looking at that. Absolutely. So
it kind of makes me sad thinking about it because he died in 97 and I still miss him dearly.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the time to remember them, though, Ron. This is the time to remember them and all the joy that you had together. That's what you remember. I remember my grandfather, and I remember those memories as well. And that's the time to think about it. So,
yes, sir. I remember we weren't definitely not a wealthy family by any stretch, but we were too wealthy to get food stamps because my father owned a little boat.
Right.
He owned a boat.
Yeah. All right, Ron. Well, thank you for your call. I appreciate you sharing with us. Let's go over here. One more call before we go to break. Good morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Michael. This is Ron in North Pole.
Hey, Ron.
I called a year ago, and you were talking about Christmas music. We have an ancient iPod, probably a Gen 2, that has perhaps 150 plus pieces of Christmas music on it. But I have my own playlist that consists of Bing's White Christmas, Elvis's Blue Christmas, and it's not often that someone does a song better than the writer-singer, but I prefer Roy's rendition of Willie's Pretty Paper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then I top it off with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir's Hallelujah Chorus.
Oof, yeah.
But on Christmas trees, I will say I had an interesting experience many years ago. Our daughter had just adopted 2 kittens, and anyway, we had an artificial tree that had branches that leaned in. In other words, it was hollow in the center. And I was getting ready to watch evening television one night and happened to look at the tree and saw these 2 incredible ornaments, 2 small cat faces poking out from the branches.
They just love it. They just love it, boy. Oh,
I will say this, that the extraction was pretty interesting.
yeah. No, I imagine trying to you're probably better off just leaving them there. Let them extract themselves at that point. So, all right, Ron.
Yeah, all right. I will leave you with that.
All right. Thanks so much for calling in. I got one more line on hold. Oh, what the heck? We'll go real quick here. Good morning. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name's Webb from Anchor Point.
Good morning, Webb. What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted to relay to you a couple of my favorite Christmas memories. When my wife and I were first married, we had very little money, so we couldn't afford a tree.
Right.
And we would, Christmas Eve, we would go to a car lot, or a tree lot, I should say, and they were just giving away trees because they couldn't sell them. So then we'd bring the tree home and erect it and put it up. Well, that kind of became a tradition in our family. And when we had kids, we would be able to go out and get the tree. I would go out while she was at home, and then we'd put the tree up. We didn't have a tree until Christmas morning, and the kids would wake up, and they would, the day before, and then boom, it's like the whole Christmas thing. We do the whole living room in
Wow.
Christmas. The look on their eyes when they woke up.
I imagine that was
incredible.
magical. Yeah, just absolutely magical to have that happen overnight. And then would you leave it? I don't have much time here, but would you leave it up? Is that what you do? Leave it up for a while?
Yeah, we'd leave it up for a week, and because the trees were the last of them on the line, and they used their needs, but it didn't matter. That didn't matter. What mattered was we were able to provide our children with just a surprise that I think they came to appreciate, but I'll never.
Well, Webb, I appreciate you sharing that memory with us. Thank you so much for being part of the show this morning. Folks, we're out of time. The Michael Duke Show continues. One final segment dead ahead. Favorite movies up next. Ooh, I barely dodged a bullet on that one. I was up against the hard break, but Webb, that was a fantastic memory. Thank you for sharing with us. I really appreciate that. Okay. Damn. I did not expect that. A little bit of a hard-hitting memory there for a minute. Let's see here. Pretty Paper. Yeah, Pretty Paper by Roy Orbison is definitely a classic there. In fact, I should add that. Let me add that to the. While I'm thinking about that, let me add that to the. There we go. Pretty Paper, Roy Orbison. Thank you. I will add this to the playlist. Christmas classics. Boom. Done. That's what you like right there. 201 songs now on the playlist. Don't forget to play it in shuffle order. Okay. Let me go back over here. What are some of your favorite Christmas movies? Let's see. Full Metal Jacket, not a Christmas movie. A Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Vacation, and love Alastair Sim's version of A Christmas Carol. And Home Alone. That's all Sherry's stuff. Monica likes The Christmas Carol with George C. Scott, which I think is good. Definitely a good one. I do love the George C. Scott version. But got to be honest, my favorite Christmas Carol is a Muppet Christmas Carol. I know. It's just one of those things. Deshana asked, did you last do that? I think she's talking about when did I last stick my head under the tree and just look up through the branches. It's been a while, Deshana. She says, I challenge you to do that this Christmas break. I think I will. Thank you. I think I will. That's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful deal. Back in the day, says Terry, putting a gazillion strands of tinsel on the tree, and for heaven's sakes, do it one at a time and make sure that they hang straight. Yeah, I remember, tinsel was always, it's one of those things where it's a love-hate relationship. It always looks so great when you're done, but my goodness, the monotonous one little strand at a time, right? Peanut, Snoopy, and the Red Baron, says Barbara. I'm sorry. That's incorrect. Anything with peanuts is I know I am a bah humbug, but I do not like Charlie Brown. I never have liked Charlie Brown. Jack Frost, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone 1 and 2. We looked at Jack because I mentioned that the other day. Somebody said Jack Frost with Michael Keaton was one of their favorite movies. And I said, I don't remember that movie. I said, we have to go look it up. And so we looked it up and my wife's like, no, we will not watch that movie. And we will not watch Prancer with Sam Elliott. We will not watch either one of those movies because they're sad at the end. She goes, I will not watch a Christmas movie that makes me cry from sadness. If I cry from happiness, it's one thing, but I will not watch a sad Christmas movie. Oh man. Grandpas that walk on water are the best. My grandpa was both my grandpas, but the one that I really knew well was the one here. And yeah, he did he's pretty important to me. Oh, let's see. Pretty paper. Harold gave a ride to somebody. Good job, Harold. That's a good thing to do. Brenda Lee, I'm gonna lasso Santa Claus. Oh, I don't know if I've ever heard that one, Laura. I'll have to go back out there and listen to it. Anyone else still make popcorn strands from decorations? Needle thread popcorn? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? No Christmas decorations for me. My cat, Stop It, is the destroyer. Oh, man. Oh, wow. You're talking with Kurt Russell? That's the Santa. That's the new one on Netflix where Kurt Russell is in the jail cell and they have the ninja elves and everything. Yeah, I can't remember. What is that called? I can't remember. A Christmas, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. But it was good. It's a lot of fun. Kurt Russell does a good job as Santa Claus. And he does like the jailhouse Christmas blues or something. It's pretty good stuff. That's gonna bug me, Brian. Now I got 20 seconds here. Kurt Russell Christmas movie, The Christmas Chronicles. There we go. The Christmas Chronicles. That's what it's called. Oh, okay. Time to jump back in. We got to jump. We got to do it. The Michael Duke Show, common sense, liberty-based, free thinking radio. Like it, share. Here we go. Okay. One final segment of the broadcast for today. Again, just a reminder, if you would like to get a chance to win a bivvy stick, courtesy of your local radio station and Satellite West and the Michael Duke Show, you got to go over to my website at michaeldukeshow.com and sign up to win. That's the only way you can win. You got to sign up to win. All right, so we were just talking about favorite Christmas stories and movies and music and things like that. So this final segment, I guess we'll do favorite Christmas movies. People were throwing some movies around there. So I guess I want to know, what is the movie that for you is just the epitome of Christmas? I mean, I got it. I mean, I'm a traditionalist. You probably figured that out. You probably, it's probably, I would say that I have watched White Christmas every year except for last year. We missed it last year. We watched Holiday Inn, and then we were going to watch White Christmas, and something came up, and then we never got back around to it. That's probably the first time in probably 25 years that I have not watched White Christmas at Christmas. That thing never fails to bring a tear to my eye, ever. Probably because the General Waverly, who is the probably because he reminds me of my grandfather so much. But what a great movie. That's my go-to. But there's a lot of great Christmas movies out there that are just, amazing. Brian reminded me of that new movie with Kurt Russell that's on Netflix called The Christmas Chronicles. That's a lot of fun. Now, is it as classic as, say, Elf? No. Did you hey, did you know that Elf came out, brace yourselves. Did you know that Elf came out 20 years ago? Well, 19. It came out 19 years ago. I mean, just brace yourself right now, folks. Almost 20 years ago, that movie came out. That is amazing. 2003. But it is a classic. It is a classic for sure. I mentioned Die Hard because, I mean, it's fun. It's a Wonderful Life, obviously another classic. One of probably the lesser known classics, but one that I still really enjoy was The Little Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart, which is another, very much in fact, it is the basis for the movie with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, You've Got Mail. That's actually based on The Little Shop Around the Corner. The original was Jimmy Stewart. Some other ones that, of course, Elf is a good one. The Christmas Chronicles, The Bishop's Wife with Cary Grant, also another classic that I just absolutely love. Everybody's got to throw the Charlie Brown Christmas in there. I guess you do you. There will be no Charlie Brown in my house, or at least not when I'm in front of the TV. I am such a bah humbug on that, but I just do not like. What's interesting is, of course, right, Home Alone, and I think just probably the first one. Although the second one's not bad, but the first one for sure. But everybody's all about, Holiday Vacation. The was it the Griswolds? Holiday Griswolds. The Griswolds. Sorry, Clark Griswold. That's what it is. Holiday Vacation. I think I've watched that the last 2 years. I watched it once back when it came out, and then I hadn't watched it again, but it's pretty funny now. And of course, A Christmas Story. Ralphie, you'll shoot your eye out. It's a Christmas story. But I'm just, with the exception of maybe something like Elf or The Christmas Chronicles, I am just an old school, classic kind of guy. Although I will say, what's the other one? What's the one with it's not John Favreau, it is Vince Vaughn. Fred Claus. If you have not watched Fred Claus, that is pretty funny. Fred Claus is pretty hysterical. If you haven't watched that, that's a good romp. You might want to watch that one for sure. 1969 Frosty the Snowman. Oh, the Russ and Baskin ones. Those are all classics. Those are all classics. That is good. But It's a Wonderful Life, obviously. Mary, kids, hello, Bedford Falls. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. So just a few Christmas classics. Yes, including Die Hard. I know. I haven't watched The Fat Man yet. My wife does watch. We have watched every year for the last, 2 or 3 years, Krampus, which is the dark Santa Claus. Krampus. It's a horror. My wife's a horror movie junkie. She loves horror movies. And so we watched Krampus, which is dark and spooky. It's nothing to do. I mean, it takes place at Christmas time, but it's Fred Claus is fun for sure. Enjoy that. People say Gremlins, and I can tell you that I have only ever watched Gremlins probably one time, and I just don't see it as a Christmas movie. I mean, go for it, but it's like Willie and I were talking about last week. Some of these top 50 movies that were Christmas movies, or that they had as Christmas movies, I'm like, I don't think any of those are actually, Bridget Jones's Diary. I mean, sure, okay, but no. Batman 2, the Batman and the Penguin. No, it's not. No, not going to do it. Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Oh yeah, I'd say definitely a Christmas movie. Some of the Harry Potter movies. Okay. Yeah. Depending on, but again, I think Willie was right. There's got to be some heart. There's got to be something to the movies that, tells a story. We'll see what that is. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll see what that's all about. Well, that brings us to the end of today's show. This was a lot of fun. I had a good time. And I appreciate you guys sharing your memories with us. We're going to do this for the next couple days. So if you got some memories you didn't get a chance to call in today, we'll have time over the next couple days where we'll take some calls and just talk with you. I would love for you to just share your memories with me, because that's what brings us together, folks. Not what divides us, but what brings us together is those shared memories, and I love that. The Michael Duke Show, Common Sense, Holiday Radio. Be kind, love one another, live well. God bless you all. We will see you tomorrow. Okay, all my chat room buddies, the Maugwai Gizmo was a Christmas present. Definitely a Christmas movie. Okay, I see that. Don't get it wet and don't feed it after midnight. That's all I'm saying. Wonderful Life is very special to my husband and I. It's where George tells Mary he lasso her the moon for her. That's my guy. Yep, that's it. That's good stuff right there. That is it. Buffalo Girls, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Just another beautiful day. All right, my friends. Well, we need to bug out of here. Get out of here. I enjoy you guys, and I look forward to tomorrow. Another day. Merry Christmas to you all. 6 a.m. tomorrow, we'll kick things off again. Then Brad Keithley's going to share all of his holiday memories with us. And then some Chris Story and everything else. God bless us, everyone. Right, Dodie? Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Merry Christmas from the Michael Duke Show. Common sense, liberty-based, free-thinking, grace-lidden radio.
We've shed our terrestrial radio skin, and now we are slimy lizard internet people. It's the Michael Duke Show.
Welcome to